In a bold diplomatic showdown, Iran's Tasnim News, closely tied to the IRGC, reports the Tehran team has told the US via Pakistani back channels, "We're not coming to Islamabad tomorrow." The Associated Press is reporting that Vice President JD Vance's trip to Islamabad has been halted after Tehran failed to respond to American negotiating positions. As Iran refuses to shift its position on a peace deal, is Donald Trump now escalating rhetoric with a renewed warning of military action? Trump has reportedly cautioned Iran's leadership that the United States is prepared to carry out airstrikes if diplomatic efforts fail. After Tehran declined participation in a second round of talks in Pakistan, Trump asserted that Iran has no alternative but to return to negotiations. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Well, as I said 2 days ago when they said they won't send them, negotiators to Pakistan, I said they'll be sending them. They have no choice but to send them. What I think is that we're going to end up with a great deal. I think they have no choice. We've taken out their navy. We've taken out their air force. We've taken out their leaders, frankly, which does complicate things in one way. But these leaders are much more rational. It is regime change, no matter what you want to call it, which is not something I said I was going to do, but I've done it. Indirectly maybe, but I've done it. And I think we're in a very strong negotiating position to do what other presidents should have done during a 47-year period. Well, I expect to be bombing because I think that's a better attitude to go in with, but now we're ready to go, I mean. The military is raring to go, they are absolutely incredible." End quote. As the ceasefire deadline approaches, is mounting pressure now forcing the White House into a more aggressive posture? In a sharp remark, Trump described Iran's leadership as dangerous, signaling concerns over potential retaliation. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Well, I don't want to do that. We don't have that much time, because by the time both parties get there, as you know, they just got the okay to go forward. Which I knew they were going to do anyway. I mean, I do not think they had a choice. They have to negotiate. And, you know, the one thing I will say is this: Iran can get themselves at a very good footing if they make a deal. They can make themselves into a strong nation again, a wonderful nation again. They are incredible people. But they seem to be bloodthirsty. They're led by very, very unfortunately tough people, and I don't mean tough in a good way. I think it's very negative for the country because we're much tougher than they are, like not even close, but they have to use reason. And they have to use common sense, and they can get themselves into a great position to make themselves into it a great country, but a legitimate country, not a country based on death and horror." End quote. Donald Trump finally breaks his silence on the UAE's reported demand for a currency swap amid rising economic strain. As one of Washington's closest Arab allies seeks support after Iran's retaliatory strikes, is the pressure now shifting onto the United States to respond? Trump described Iran as a destabilizing force in the region, accusing it of exerting pressure on multiple neighboring countries. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "It is. But it's been a good country. It's been a good ally of ours. And, you know, these are unusual times. They were more than anybody else. I mean, it was shocking because we thought that they'd shoot missiles at Israel, but not every other country in the area. And, you know, UAE got hit with 1,400 missiles. Now, fortunately, they had the Patriots and they had a great defense and they were able to shoot down most of them. But they did get hit hard. They were hit the hardest of the group, actually. And they're really led by incredible people. And yeah, I mean, I'm surprised because they are really rich. You know, they invested a year ago. I went there and I got them to invest $1 trillion in the United States, building a tremendous plant in a great state called Oklahoma. Aluminum plant. Smelting plant. Beautiful. Incredible. It will be the best anywhere in the world. You know, they're very good for this country. So, yeah, if I could help them, I would. I mean, we're helping them much more with what we're doing with the war because, you know, the bully of the Middle East was Iran. Iran was a bully and bullied all of these countries around. And they threatened them all the time." End quote.